Hello, this is Adam, the car seat tech with infant, toddler, youth, and car seat quickie. And in today's video, we're going to show you how to install the Nuna Revv with the lap and the shoulder belt. Now remember, this is just a general installation video. One install is not going to be the same in every vehicle. So always check the manual of your car seat and your vehicle seat so you know that you're following all the rules and making sure you're doing everything correctly. Now, the Revv does have a top tether. So this is the first thing we want to adjust. So right on the back here, we're going to disconnect the tether. Well, it would help if we loosen it up first. Pulling down on this tab will loosen it. We're going to disconnect it and we're going to throw this in the trunk. Because it's a single strap, if possible, if you can get it underneath the headrest, that would make it much better. So we're going to throw that in the trunk now, but that's going to be the last thing we do. Now, the main part of the installation is done on the actual base of the rotation, well, the rotation base. So what we need to do is need to rotate the chair out of the way. On both sides of the chair near the front, there's a button. You only have to push one of them. We're gonna squeeze this, we're gonna rotate, and we're gonna get this out of the way. Right here, there is an installation door, and there's one button directly in the middle. You're gonna push the button, it's going to open up the door, and this is where the lap belt needs to go through. So grab your seat belt. The lap belt's going to go through the door. We're going to buckle in. There's a little tab on both sides of the chair. Make sure the lap belt is going underneath there. All right. And next, we have to lock the seat belt. So grab your shoulder belt, pull it all the way out as far as it can go. And make sure you pull it slowly, don't just yank it. If you do a quick yank, it'll just lock it temporarily. What you want is when you pull it all the way out, it'll actually switch the seatbelt to locking mode. So now when I let it retract, I'm gonna hear like a ratcheting sound. That's letting you know the seatbelt's now in locking mode. Now it's the time to tighten. Grab your shoulder belt. Your other hand or body is pushing down on the car seat. And you want to slowly rock it from side to side to get it nice and snug. All of the slack you have, you want to make sure you force it back into the car so it keeps locking. The shoulder belt actually needs to go underneath the base. So we're just going to kind of slide it under there. Okay. And now we're going to close our installation door on top of the lap belt. With one hand, you're gonna grab the car seat from either side of the chair. As long as the seat cannot move more than an inch from side to side or front to back, you know it's tight enough. And once the base is installed, because it's a rotating car seat, you can adjust it for rear or front facing depending on the size of your child. If the child is under 2 years old, they have to be rear facing. So when you turn it around, on the side here, you're gonna see there's an arrow. Everything blue is for rear facing, everything red is for front facing. So level 1 is the most reclined, and level 1 is the most upright, level 5 is the most reclined, and you can do anything in between. When you're front facing, you're gonna use all the red recline options. Level 1 is the most upright, level 5 is the most reclined. And the great thing about the Nuna Revv is that when you're adjusting the rotation, if you're front facing, it won't let you go in the blue for rear facing and vice versa. When the car seat is in the rear facing position, you need to make sure that there is space between the car seat and the vehicle seat. The front seat is not allowed to push or touch the car seat because then the crash force cannot be released and it gets released on the child instead. So make sure when you're using it in rear facing mode, there is space between the car seat and vehicle seat. If you cannot achieve it, you will have to move your seat forward. Next, we're gonna go into the trunk and we're gonna finish up the top tether. So right here in the trunk, there is a label that has a picture of a car seat and a tether. That's showing you exactly where the car seat tether strap needs to be attached to. Now, most cars will have some sort of indicator like this. If your car doesn't, and there's also a bunch of cargo connectors, check your manual so you know exactly which one that the car seat needs to be attached to. You want to make sure the strap is not twisted or tangled. You want to make sure that when you connect the tether, that the flat part is facing out You don't want to connect it where the hook part is facing out, like that, because that's also going to make the strap twist. And when you're tightening it, you just want to get rid of the slack. It doesn't have to be super tight where it's like squeezing down on your vehicle seat. And that's it for the tether. Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe to support the channel. We'll see you next time.